Noob here. It's been a long time since I've done an update on my tanks. I know I got a lot of people that follow me for fishy content, questions and answers. I had set this tank up here. It's been about a month now, actually in the garage. I wouldn't suggest this for most people unless you've got a really insulated garage. At least not here in North Texas, Northeast, well actually East Texas. I consolidated several tanks with all these babies in it and put them in here. They're nervous about this camera. They don't know what to think about it. But there's well over 100 fish in here. I've had a little bit of trouble controlling the ammonia in here. Even though I used established filters and media and water and everything else, I've still been having to do quite a few changes on it, and I still don't have the ammonia holding like it should. I got good nitrites in there, but it's just not enough. Actually, it looks better today. I'll be testing the water again, but I have been having to use ammonia blocker every 2.5 days or so, like a noob. I feel like I'm starting over again. I highly suggest never trying to do a tank like this in this short a time. There's just too much bio load in there for the nitrogen cycle to work correctly. It will catch up over time, I'm assuming, but I may have to set up one of my extra tanks, which I've got a lot right now. Shoot, I think I've got like eight or nine tanks empty that I put up over last weekend. But anyway, these guys are all convicts and red zebras and zebras and a few mixed African cichlids in there too. It's funny that you look at those two fish there. They're from the same mom. There's the one that comes out, the zebra, the original zebra, I guess, and this is the red zebra. Anyway, let's walk through here. That's tank number 1. Tank number 2 is a 55 gallon. It was a community tank, but we moved it in here, lowered the temperature a little bit so that she could incorporate her little megamine goldfish and them guys in there, because they like cooler water, but Danios like cooler water too. There's some Danios in there. And some mollies swimming around, a few mollies. No guppies in there. That's my wife. There's one female beta in there, blue. Who is blue, of course. Red-eye tetras. My wife sits here at the breakfast table and drinks her coffee in the morning and watches her little fish in her tank. Then we move on to the first 120 that we set up. The Oscar tank. Oscar, Severums, parrotfish, her bubble butts as you call them, macaw, green Severum, gold Severum, male Jack Dempsey, who is looking a little blue today. He's generally blacker than that. It just depends on his mood. Female Jack Dempsey. They never breed, but they hang together. And who else we got in here? Oh, my oldest, biggest female electric blue Aquara. And that would be the first 120. Second 120 is the Frontosa dolphin tank. I've got my dolphins who are, a couple of them are starting to grow quite large. They're very slow growing, just like Frontosas. But they're getting some real girth to them. You know, they're 5 inches. Actually, these two big guys here are probably getting close to 6 inches. There's a black Wyther Frontosa back there. Actually, that's my female that has had a set of fry for me. I've got 5 of those fry left out of about 20 originals. Who wants to stay on camera? Here's another red Frontosa. That's my big male red Frontosa, who is a father to those babies. Acostomus. I can't remember what these guys are. I think they're African, but I don't know. I can't remember the name of them. Tell me what they are. Got our African pipe there. He's about 7-8 inches long. And that's this tank. We'll move into the Wyther Office, which originally started all this, and all the lights are off. This, which is Sunday morning, and she's sitting there working, as you see. She's very dedicated. She's got her little beta tank here with Mungo and what's the red one's name? Binky?
Binky.
Yeah, Binky. They have their own little tank. The only thing they have in there with them is a bristlenose, who you seldom see. Then my little Frontosa tank with the puffers. These aren't they're not bumblebee. What are these darn things called? The step up from the bumblebee. My mind just went blank.
Amazon puffers?
Yeah, maybe they are Amazon puffers. Anyway, there's the baby Frontosas. They're 1 3/4 or so long, the biggest ones. Got one that stays in the house there all the time. And then, of course, if you notice down here, we have roughly 50 of the blue dolphins. My dolphin female, she had 51 of these guys. And they are starting to grow. So I'm close to 1/2 inch long. They don't really have much color on them yet. They're still very light, very hard to see in there. And we have her blue Aquara tank, which all the blue Aquaras have decided to be camera shy. Here, I'll get some to come out. She's got about 16, 17 in this tank. And then she's got her electric yellow tank, who ended up with Mr. Jack, our small Jack Dempsey that we've had since day 1, but I mean, he was tiny when we got him. But it's been a nice, pretty tank to watch at, to look at, sorry. And then last but not least, we have one final tank in the bedroom, another 120 with all the Aquaras. I say all, these babies are now juvenile Karas, over 100. I actually sold 40 of them, and you can barely tell there's any missing. One little Jack Dempsey swimming around in here with the Aquaras. And he should be in there, but she shouldn't be in there, but I couldn't figure out where to put her. Little Demasani. There's actually a good sized convict that's hiding in a log there. 12-inch Cosmos there. And you look back there, there are two fairly large Gouramis. I think those are called blue Aquara, or are they spotted? Y'all know what they are. And then way back there in the back, you can't see very good. It's really starting to grow. He's about 4 inches long now. Is that Chinese half-fin shark. It will gradually go in the pond when we get it going next year, but there's another blue Gourami down there. But this is a very full tank, very interactive tank, as they just follow you wherever you go. They think you're going to get fed. And we go to bed watching this tank at night until one of us decides to turn the light off. We have a timed light. We just hadn't figured out how to do it yet. I just haven't took the time to look it up. Anyway, there you go. There's an update on all our tanks, which are just 9 now. At our peak we had 18, which was way too many to take care of. I hope you enjoyed the little update, and we will see you on the next video. If you have any questions, please submit and I will get back to you ASAP. Be sure and leave us a like, drop us a like, and subscribe to us. And you can keep up to date with our little group of many colored fish.